One of my favorite sayings about yoga is not about touching your toes. It's about what you learn on the way down. And I think that that is just a beautiful sentiment. So a lot of people avoid yoga because they say they're not flexible, or they do yoga and another workout because they think it's not a workout. So yoga is very much a workout, and it is very much it is more than okay to just do yoga for the day for your workout. So we are going to do a little yoga basics and flow through and add a little strength training in there, some obvious core work because that's what we love. So starting with your toes together and your knees as wide as your mat, shift your bottom back towards your heels and then walk your hands out to child's pose. So plug that third eye into the mat right between your eyebrows. Nice strong arms pushing through all 10 pads of your fingers. You can rock your head side to side. Wake up that third eye, which is the center of your intuition. Nice big deep breaths. I can already feel it stretching my back, pushing my sit bones down towards my heels. And then pushing through the tops of my feet, coming up to a version of all fours. So I'm keeping my toes together and my knees wide. I'm going to take my left hand in the center of the mat and float my right hand up towards the ceiling. Nice big deep breaths, reaching that right hand up like you're trying to stack your shoulders one on top of the other. Nice big deep breaths, waking up the spine. And then release that right hand down and replace the left and float that left hand up to the ceiling. Left hand's reaching, shoulders are stacked. Nice big deep breaths, big stretch in the back, the spine and the belly, up through your shoulders and chest. Still pushing down through the tops of your feet. And release that left hand down. Bring those knees in to all fours. So your shoulders are directly above your wrists, your knees are directly beneath your hips, and your feet are straight out from your knees. So belly's engaged here. So no crashing down. Lift it up through the top of your spine and pulling in with the ribs and the belly button. On the next inhale, drop your belly down to the mat. Take your eyes up to the sky. And then on your exhale, pull that belly button into the spine. Tuck your chin into your chest and up like an angry cat. And then flowing through that. So inhaling, belly down, eyes to the sky. Exhaling, belly button in, chin to the chest. Flow at your own pace with your own breath here. Stay here for a minute. One more wherever you are. Very good. Come back to a neutral spine. Walk those hands out just a little bit. Tuck your toes so they're hinged into the mat. Still, everything's nice and engaged. Belly is still nice and engaged. And then peel those hips up to down dog. So in down dog, you can bend one knee and straighten the other. It's what you'll hear people say, walking the dog. You can push into one hip and the other and really get a stretch down the side of your leg. There's no right or wrong way. You can come up on your toes and release them. You can kind of shift around on the knees and keep peeling up. Move around. Take a minute. Check in with your body. Listen to what it's saying. Move around. And then when you're ready, take a nice steady down dog. So your heels are pushing down into the mat. Your arms are open. So the eyes of your elbows, the inside of your elbows are facing in towards your ears. Belly button's in nice and tight. Lost a headphone. Belly button's in nice and tight. Heels are released down towards the mat. They don't have to be touching. And then together we're going to inhale, come up on the toes, exhale, release down. Inhale, come up on the toes, exhale, release down. Inhale, come up on the toes, exhale, release. We're going to inhale, lower the knees, not to the mat, just hovering, exhale, back up to down dog. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Shifting forward to plank, inhale to plank, exhale back to down dog. Inhale to plank, exhale back to down dog. Inhale to plank, exhale back to down dog. Very good. Come up on your toes, get a big deep bend in those knees, a big stretch on the shoulders, and then step up one foot and then the other. Bend those knees so you're not locking out your legs. Bent knees. Release the weight of the upper body. So you can get a generous bend in the knees. Release those shoulders. Release your neck. You can shake it yes, shake it no. Let your rib cage sit on top of your thighs and just relax the weight of your body. Like you're trying to reach your crown down to the ground. The crown, the top of your head. On the next inhale, put your hands either on your shins, on your thighs, wherever works for you, to get a nice flat back. So your elbows are facing in towards your body. The crown of your head is reaching straight out in front of you. Your tailbone's reaching straight behind you. Open your chest, pull your shoulder blades together. Nice flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up. I got some wild hair going. Soft knees, roll those shoulder blades back. Nice strong stance, mountain pose. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fingertips pass through the center. Bottom pushes back towards the back wall. Release back down to the mat. Inhale up to that flat back. Stick that chest out. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Release all the way down to the mat. And this time you're going to reverse a swan dive. So ground down into those feet. Squeeze your bottom and rise up nice and strong. Fingertips kiss at the top. Exhale, swan dive all the way back down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, strong, rise up. Exhale, release all the way down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release down. And then one more strong rise up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale up to that flat back. Exhale, release down to the mat. Plug those hands in, step back to your plank. So from here, chaturanga, you can shift. Everybody's going to shift forward. So you're shifting forward on your toes, so your knees go out in front of your fingertips a little bit, and you can either drop down to your knees or slowly keeping those elbows in, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, release down. Tuck those toes, push back to your down dog. Take your gaze up towards your fingers, come up on your toes, get a big deep bend, step or float up to your hands. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, release down to the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up. Fingertips kiss at the top. You can find a little back bend if that feels good. Exhale, release all the way down. So this is a version of a sun salutation. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, release down to the mat. Step your feet out to your plank. Shift forward on your toes, keeping your elbows in. You can either drop to your knees, lower all the way down, and into your up dog. And then pushing through the tops of your feet. You can either pass through from your knees, or you can push through the tops of your feet, pull from your pelvis first, and shift your weight back to down dog. Good. Bring those feet together. Slowly float that right leg up behind you. So this is three-legged dog. When you're in three-legged dog, focus on your pinky toe facing the mat and your hips staying beside each other. So you don't want to, this is another pose. So hips stay down towards the mat, pinky toe down towards the mat, and then shift, pull that knee in towards your nose, shift like a plank position, and then put that right foot between your hands. If you have to grab that foot and walk it forward, I have news for you. That's where we all started. Get that foot up there. And then grounding down into both feet as if you're trying to squeeze, scrunch up the mat and squeeze your feet together. Rise up to a high lunge. Nice big deep breath. Good stretch here. Don't worry about forcing that back leg straight. Bend it a little bit, tuck that pelvis in, and enjoy that big stretch. Hands up. Exhale, release down. Plug those hands in, step back to your plank, and you have options here. So you can flow through that chaturanga, shifting forward on your feet, flowing down to your up dog and down dog, or you can go here, straight to your down dog. Bring those toes together. Float that left leg straight up behind you. Same thing. Three-legged dog. Hips stay level. Pinky toe down towards the mat. Nice big deep breaths, nice strong legs. That right heel is still released down to the mat. Shift all your weight forward. Pull that knee in toward your nose. And then set it up between those hands. Again, if you have to grab that foot and walk it up, we'll meet here. Ground down into both feet like you're trying to squeeze them together. Pull from your core and rise up to that high lunge. Same thing. Bend that back knee. Focus on the nice tall posture instead of forcing that leg straight. I can really feel the energy shifting and moving and kind of waking up in my body. Big inhale. Exhale, release down to the mat. Plug those hands in. Step back to your plank. Again, you can either go straight to your down dog or flow through your chaturanga. Either way, we will meet in down dog. Gaze goes up towards your fingers, come up on your toes, get a big deep bend. Step or float up towards your hands. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, strong rise up, fingertips kiss at the top. Exhale, swan dive all the way back down. Inhale up to your flat back. Exhale, release down to the mat. Step out to your plank. Flow through your chaturanga, or we will meet straight in down dog. Bring those feet together. Float that right foot straight up behind you. Pull that knee in towards your nose. Gently place it between those hands or walk it up there. This time you're going to drop that back left heel down to the mat. So your toe is facing up towards this left corner. Grounding down in both feet, still like you're trying to squeeze the mat. Squeeze your feet together. Pull into that belly. Rise up to warrior one. So in warrior one, this right thigh is opening up. This left thigh is turning in. So your hips have to be perfectly straight, but they're working straight forward. Nice big inhales, nice big exhales. And then exhale, release down to the mat, lift that back heel, plug in those hands, step back to your plank, flow through your chaturanga, or go straight to your down dog. It's your practice, it's your workout. Do not worry about what other people are doing, what I am doing, what it looks like. Listen to your body and make it your practice. Skip the chaturangas, do the extra chaturangas, whatever feels good to you. Listen to your body. Float that left leg straight up behind you, pinky toe facing down towards the mat. Pull that knee into your nose and set that left foot up. Dropping that back right heel, right toes are turned towards the right front corner of the mat. Ground down into both feet. Squeeze like they're trying to pull together. Pull your belly button in. Rise up. Warrior one on the left side. Again, the left heel or the left thigh is opening up. Right thigh is turning in. Hips are trying to square up. Face that front wall. Face me. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release down to the mat. Bringing that right heel up, stepping back to your plank. Flow through your chaturanga or go straight back to your down dog. Take your gaze up towards your fingers, come up on your toes, get a big deep bend and step or flip towards your hands. It's not a hop, so people say hop. If you want to bring your feet forward, nice and easy and slow, landing like a ninja. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, strong, rise up. Fingertips kiss at the top. You can find a little back bend. Exhale, release all the way down. Inhale, rise up. Halfway lift, exhale, release down to the mat. Step back to your plank. Flow through your chaturanga or skip it. If you're ever experiencing wrist pain, think about distributing the weight between your index finger and your thumb. That will protect those more delicate joints in your wrists. Bring those toes together. Float that right foot up. Bring that knee into your nose. Place that right foot between those hands. Turn that left heel down to the ground. You're going to take that left hand first and cartwheel it up to warrior two. Real loud here. So this time, the back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. The knee is going to work its way down to right above the ankle if it's up here. It's your practice. That's where you're at right now or today. So this right thigh is opening up. Left thigh is turning in. That knee is open, so you should be able to look down and see that right big toe. Nice strong arms up. Open chest, body stacked. Gaze goes over that finger. And then just like you came up leading with the left hand, cartwheel it back down to the mat, lifting that back heel, stepping that right foot back to your plank, flowing through your chaturanga or going straight to your down dog. Bringing those toes back together. Shifting that left foot straight up, pinky toe down towards the mat. Bring that knee into your nose. Gently place it between your hands. Release that right heel down to the mat. Leading with the right hand, cartwheel it up and open into that warrior two. Same thing. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Left knee is opened up so you can check on that left big toe. Left thigh opening to the outside, right thigh turning to the inside. Hips, ribs, shoulders, head stacked above the center. Nice strong arms. And then just like you came, right hand is cartwheeling back down to the mat. Step back to your plank. Flow through your final chaturanga. Or go straight to your down dog. Gaze goes up towards your fingers. Come up on your toes. Get a big deep bend. Step or float up to your hands. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, release down to the mat. Inhale, swan dive, rise up. Fingertips kiss at the top, and then come to your heart center. So, bringing those feet together, grounding down into the four corners of your feet. So, to find that, you can lift your toes and you find those four corners. So, right there, the top of your, like the knuckles of your toes and the back two corners of your heels. So, release your toes back down. Nice soft knees. Your hips are right above your ankles. Ribs, chest, shoulders, head, everything stacked nice and tall on top. You're gonna peel that right heel up and then peel that right knee up. So no crashing down in here. Nice and tall. Everything's zipped up from your pelvis all the way up, nice and tall. And we're gonna take a tree pose. So lots of options. You can kickstand your toe here, standing nice and tall, no crashing into the hips, opening up that knee. You can put it here on your calf, or you can take it, put it in the crease of your hip. So wherever you are, as long as that foot's not pushing into your knee, start where you are. Meet yourself where you are today. Sometimes I'm kickstanding my foot, sometimes it's up like this. It's a day, doing your best today. Nice big deep breaths. Nice and gently, slow with control, release that foot and then slowly lower it back down. Very good. Shake out those legs, shake out the hips. And then coming back to a nice strong pose. So bringing those feet together, roll those shoulder blades back, pelvis is in, everything's stacked nice and tall. Hands are at heart center. Peel the left toes up and then peel the left knee up. Staying lifted up through that hip, through the pelvis, all the way up the top of your body. And then whatever you did on one side, repeat on the other. So try to keep those hips straight, everything straight up, tree pose. Belly is in nice and tight, rib cages in, pulling everything straight up. That fight for balance, that shift, that wiggle, it's really good. It's not a bad thing. It's really good. It's waking up your nervous system, and you need it to be awake. If you fall, we're here to catch you. With control, nice and slow, release that foot and then lower that leg. Shake it out, shake out the hips, shake out the shoulders, whatever feels good to you. And then just bringing those feet back together. Options here, you can come up on your toes or you can stay flat-footed and then just slowly lower your bottom down to meet your heels wherever they are. And then release down to the mat. Soles of your feet down to the mat. Slowly roll one vertebrae at a time, pulling that belly button in, lowering all the way down. Tucking those shoulder blades underneath your chest. Plugging the soles of your feet into the mat. And then just slowly rock those knees side to side. Little windshield wiper, a little massage for the lower back, side to side. And get a little deeper as you go. And then bringing those hands up like a scarecrow, lower the knees over to the right side and just release the weight of them. Pull from your belly button, like you're pulling your belly button down into the mat to lift those legs up, and then gently rock them over, drop them to the other side. Release the weight of those legs, let the weight of the legs do the work. And then pulling from the belly button, like the belly button's trying to pull down into the mat to lift the knees up. Bring them in. Squeeze your whole body into the tightest ball that you possibly can. And then nice and slow, release everything, making yourself as long as you can. And then release those hands, palms up, down to your side. Lift one leg and drop it, lift the other leg and drop it. And then make yourself as comfortable as possible. Your final Savasana, final corpse pose. Close your eyes. Let your breath do whatever it's doing. And then remember, yoga and fitness, everything that you're doing, intentional movement, is not about being able to touch your toes. It's not about being able to lift more or run faster than other people. It's not about anything other than the journey, what you learn on the way down, what you learn going from 5-pound dumbbells to 10-pound to 20-pound to 30, 40, what you learn on the way where you're going. It's your journey, it's your practice, it's your body. And then when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll out your wrists and your ankles, wiggle your hips, wiggle your shoulders. And then rolling onto your right side and pull your knees in a little bit, resting your head into the crease of your arm. We always roll onto the right side because it keeps your heart open. Set an intention for the rest of today and this week or whenever. That this is about what you learn on the way. Don't just focus on point A to point B. Focus on the road there. And come up to a comfortable seated position. Hands at heart center. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light in you. Namaste.